Hi guys, Tanner Developer here. So today I would like to talk a little bit about what I call dev fatigue. And what is dev fatigue? Dev fatigue is um, imagine that you have been developing apps for like several months in a row, and suddenly you don't feel like you don't want to do anything. And this is, by the way, if you had this situation before, it's not only you. Almost every dev at some point they get they get exhausted or burnt out, and then they feel like they don't want to do much or they want to do anything. And for me, whenever this happens, I give myself I slow down a little bit. I would take a couple of days off just to refresh my mind, clear my mind, get myself in the right mindset, and then I would start over again. This is why I haven't added many new stuff on my apps on the Play Store, which, by the way, you could find on my profile page if you're interested. These are like just free apps that anybody could use for free. Um, so yeah, it's like this happens sometimes, and it's absolutely fine. You don't need to panic. You don't need to worry about it. It's just like a certain period of time that comes, just passes by, and then you will feel like that you would like to come back and continue whatever you do. In my case, I really do this for fun. When it comes to indie development, I like to develop apps, try to provide some kind of value. And here's the truth: I don't actually make money from the apps. Even though, if you tried my apps before, you will see some ads that are being displayed. And some people might think that I'm making money, but as a matter of fact, I'm not making a lot of money. And this is because the Play Store is very competitive. There is like a fierce competition, and you will find a lot of apps that do pretty much the same thing. And then there comes the question: is how do you distinguish yourself from the others? And here comes the marketing aspect, where you could have like a solo developer who somehow got lucky and have millions of people trying their app, and you have companies that have like millions of dollars in marketing budgets, and they are trying to push the app and like throwing the money at Google. Please push it up to the algorithm, let people use our app. Honestly speaking, I'm not going to be pushing this hard. I don't think that, whenever there's such a situation, really the best way of how you market yourself is, or market your app to be specific, is you need like to provide value. So if your product provides some value and people really see that value, you don't need to basically like try too hard on the marketing part. And for me, maybe the small thing that distinguishes me from many app developers is I try to develop all of my apps to be privacy oriented. Now, what do I mean by privacy oriented? Um, Whenever I creating some app, I make sure that the app doesn't collect information without your knowledge, and by design, I make my apps in such a way that it doesn't really collect any information, um, except maybe unless, for example, you are using the app for free and you have these ads that might show up, like these tiny ads, or this screen video app where people about games or stuff that shows up for a moment. This is where Google might be collecting, let's say, like a unified ID that is being shared between, like basically every device has some sort of ID that is being used. And here where things are a little bit complicated because basically it's like if you want to make money, you would need either to have like what's called the freemium model, which means that you're going to display some ads, but you are giving people the option to remove the ads completely for a small amount of money. And this is basically my model, where yes, there are some ads, but let's say if you paid like $1 or $2, I don't remember to be honest, then like the ad is completely removed and nothing is sent to Google. Like basically the app is purely functioning on your device and not sending any information, except maybe like things, depending on the app's functionality, if it needs to, to check whether you paid or not. But that's a different story. So, you know, I really do this more for fun, to be honest. I enjoy what I do. And I'm always, trying to find new ideas, new ventures, to create something of value that people would enjoy. It takes a lot of time and energy, and basically, this is why I always try to ask people, or I try to always identify some um, things, let's say problems, and how I could solve it via technology. Unfortunately, like you could find a lot of problems, but not all of them could be solved by an app or some, website application. And this is why I think that developers need to be very open-minded and be like accepting of people and what people feedback is. Because when you listen to the feedback of the audience, the people to whom you are trying to sell a product, you're going to make a much better product. But to achieve this, you really need to be open minded. To be honest, as a gamer, I'm kind of like, let's say, I really don't like the way how the game developers are behaving most of the time. It's like, if your audience thinks that something needs to be fixed or like they don't like the idea, you really need to acknowledge just what your audience wants and not take anything personally. And you need just simply to try to curate things for your audience. And it doesn't have to be any like the same product for everyone. For example, if you notice in Japan, a lot of game developers in Japan had different versions of the same game. So there was always something like the international version, the European version, the Japanese version, of course for legal reasons as well. But that's the thing. Now, maybe for companies or game developers, they don't see this as a feasible option. But to be honest, I don't know. Like, I think if you really want to create something that people like, you have to listen to your people. Anyway, this is just my random thoughts, and this is how I think in regards to development. What do you think? Share your opinion with me in the comments. I will be happy to. I always read the comments, so don't think that I am ignoring you. If you know, if you wrote the comment and I'm not responding, it doesn't mean that I'm ignoring you. I'm reading the comments, and if there is something interesting, I would definitely, check it out. So, yep, thank you for watching and see you on the next one.